What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a title called Masterpiece. This is kind of an interesting tug-of-war style army building strategy game where technically it's a deck builder, but there's no cards involved in the game at all. Instead, all of your cards are these little figurines that you see around the campfire, and they have kind of gem slots that you slot things into. It's got a unique combat system, it's got a stark art style. The only thing that I'll bring up for right now is that this is an early look at the game. It's in closed playtest right now, and the developers gave me access. So you're playing a version of the game that hasn't been formally translated as of right now. You can sign up for the playlist of this game if you want on Steam. I signed up like a week ago, and I think the developers might have recognized my email because they emailed me like the next day and were like, oh, here's a key, dude. We were hoping you would take a look at it, and so I'm guessing they saw my name on the list, but Masterpiece. We're going to play for 30 minutes, do some first impressions about the playtest, and see if it's something that you like. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, you just can't get it yet. The game's not out. It's in closed playtest, but you can sign up for the playtest. They are letting playtesters on in at the same link that I'll give you down there. You can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream. So let's go ahead and hit this thing. So here we are at the beginning of the game. This little piece right here is our army. We can pan back and forth, and basically we just want to hit nodes while building up our army, modifying them, making them stronger so that they can get through these battles that are periodically just sprinkled around the map against the forces of darkness. We have no choice but to take a battle first. I'll explain how combat works as we go into this guy right here. We've got a barricade on that lane. That's kind of nice. So this is lane-based tug-of-war. You have a number of different mercenaries inside your air quotes deck. They all do different things, they have different modifiers, they do different stuff. These are all things to keep in mind because you're trying to build synergy in between your army in a way that deprives the enemy of a certain resource or works together. But on top of that, each of these units can have 3 mods or 2 mods put on top of them. You see this little crystal down here? You can make these guys stronger by fortifying them with different abilities, both positive and negative, depending on how events go. So they can have flaws or they can have perks. And you also kind of want your flaws and perks to have a synergy that aids your overall strategy of your army. And that's where things tend to get really textured and interesting, I suppose, with this title. Now, every single piece in the game has 3 numbers. Left piece is your attack value, middle piece is your HP, right piece right here is your speed. Characters with more speed attack first in the overall shield wall. Attack does exactly what you think it does. When you get hit by that unit, you lose that much HP, and then HP does exactly what HP does in every other game. The goal of this battle is to work my way around this guy's army and get to his flag and damage it for 10 damage. So that's exactly what we're going to try to do here. That guy doesn't have a special ability, so I'm going to put down the Raven Bailiff because he's faster and he deals enough damage to one-shot that guy. Because you can only play 1 unit per turn, you almost always want to get a one-shot at the outset of the fight if you can help it. Now, if they have tied speed, we roll a d6 and whoever rolls highest attacks first. So we have ourselves a little problem right here. However, we've established the initiative and we have a special ability we can play once per battle down on this side that allows me to knife one guy for 2 damage. That's an easy fix right there, and it allows me to get board dominance by having more units than the enemy does. I've found having a dominant position, or I guess dominant numbers on the board, is one of the most important things you can possibly do. You want your numbers to be dominant compared to the enemy. I don't want anybody to get stuck on that fence, so I'd rather leave it for the AI to try to break down. So I'm going to put a Raven Herald right there, and then we'll go into the next turn, in which they have no defenders. He's going to play another unit right there. So we are reliant on a dice roll right now in order to defeat this guy. But the good news is he can only attack this guy on this turn. You have to be standing on the center lane in order to attack the other side's flag. And these battlefields do get bigger and longer and all kinds of stuff as you get further on into the game from what I've seen. I played for about an hour. I got all the way to the end of the second map with my first army that I built up, and it was going really well. But I figured I was ready to render my first impressions. I am going to put down this guy right here because he has 3 HP, which is capable of tanking his 2 damage if he wins this dice roll. Dice roll, we won, so we've maintained dominance on the board for right now. He's put down a character right there that's going to require a dice roll in order to win. I can't move these guys once I put them down. So just another thing to keep in mind. I'm going to load up on this side of the board. No, I'm going to put him right there because he can soak that guy's attack. He's got battle lines, so if there's another enemy at the front, increase the speed of the front ally by your speed and then move to the left and right empty tiles. Okay, so as long as he doesn't get to play anything right here, we should be good. We won the dice roll. So we're in good shape right there. He's going to play another unit right there that can eat our attack. And then every time he kills something, he gets all of his HP back. So that's kind of a headache. We sort of want to clinch this thing sooner rather than later. So I'm going to play somebody wide over there and accept that this lane may go down so that I can get attacks off quicker. Okay, he killed that guy, which allowed him to heal all the way back up to full. Oh, he played a blocker right there. Sneaky, sneaky you, but I think we've got this anyways because he's got nobody defending that center lane. So down goes the enemy. We've defeated their army, and now we get some bonuses. We got 228 silver, and our flag got 2 HP, but it doesn't really matter because our flag is already at maximum HP. So after battles, you will sometimes get a suspicious rumor. You can ignore this, or you can take it. You also get rumors from events. So the little mods that you put on your characters, the way that I like to think about them thematically is that you almost always only get mods for your units if you go to like a blacksmith that like reinforces their weaponry and their armor, or if you do an event where you have to pick between good, bad, and neutral options. If you do good things, you tend to get good perks. You do bad things, your characters and soldiers in your army become known for doing bad things, and they get nerfs. But this is a random rumor. It just came up after the fight. We can risk it, or we can just walk away. I'm going to go for it. Hopefully it's nothing bad. We got forcible. So he lost 1 speed, but he gained 2 attack. If I could bring his HP up by 2, we could use this guy as a pretty heavy-duty battering ram that can just absorb hits. So I can live with that, I suppose. So what this is right here is it looks like a battle map, but it's not a battle. We've got to pick a unit to get this mod right here. When attacking enemies, attack 1 additional random enemy with a speed that is lower than yours. So we want to put a character on this that has good attack power and good speed so that it spreads the damage around a lot. So we'll put him right there. We'll have him learn that ability. We've got 2 events that we can pick from here, and there's also a boot camp. And so I can unlock a mercenary over there. There's also a shaman's house. Shaman's house allows you to give buffs to your units that are permanent for gambling. So you'll have 100% on the first one, and you can keep gambling to add more stats to them. But if you mess up, it destroys the unit, and you're just down a guy. We can also go to the tavern over here in order to unlock new mercenaries, but I'll take this event right here. A white-haired old man stands in front of the expedition team. He asks what business he has come to the village for. What business we have come here? To help the residents? So he got encouraging. When deployed, grant +2 HP to everyone around him. That's pretty good. I'll take that. That's not bad. The old man smiles kindly and then disappears. Some crews complain that helping residents is unnecessary. Oh, we also got a negative perk. When dying, he AoEs everybody for 1 damage around him. Allies, anyways. So he's kind of like a ticking time bomb hand grenade. Let's go and get a new unit. So there's 2 mercenaries here. So this will be a random mercenary with high health, or this will be a random mercenary with high speed. Let's get a tank. Let's do that. Somebody that can just hold a lane even if he doesn't win. So we got the Thorn Knight. What does he do? When being attacked, if you survive counterattack and deal the remaining HP as damage, you will get 2 HP back whenever you kill an enemy. That's pretty good. That guy should be able to hold the line for a long time if we end up using him. From here, we've got an event, or we've got a relic shop. I don't know that I have enough money to buy a relic, but I'm going to try. So we've got a steel baton. Upon acquisition, select 3 mercenaries from the expedition. After eliminating all selected mercenaries, strengthen a random mercenary squad equal to the number of mercenaries removed. Oof. Okay, so I'm deleting 3 mercenaries and then getting a bunch of buffs. We've also got a wooden shield. Any ally that's placed in the first round gets an extra HP. That one's more consistent, so I'll buy that one right there. That one makes me nervous because I know how to play the game, but I'm not aware of the overall prevailing meta strategies that would probably utilize an item like that. It seems good to me, but I would need to have something in mind before I wanted to use it, and I don't really have anything in mind right now. Over here we've got a gallows. This allows you to execute one of your mercenaries for crimes against the company, but you can give all of his perks to another mercenary. So if you've got a mercenary that you really like the abilities on, but you don't particularly like the way that he plays or his base stats, this is a great way to just migrate those to a character that you like. Let's just take a battle right here. I'm ready to fight it up, so let's do this thing. It's time for a battle stab cutty fight. I feel confidently about it. Let's try out the Thorn Knight. I want to see how the Thorn Knight does. He's got 6 HP right now, which is just absurd. Like, this guy is going to be a very real headache to deal with. And he killed him off and he healed. Wow. Okay, that reflective ability is pretty good. Is this guy like a legendary or something? Because this guy is pretty sick. This guy, I think, is going to be the linchpin of our overall strategy. Since he can't damage the flag very well, though, once he actually churns through the enemy's units, he's not going to be able to tape down the flag very well because it doesn't attack. Let's start another lane right here, because if I play a guy behind him, he gets a bunch of buffs. He just likes it when there's a dude behind him, cuddling him and caressing him, you know what I mean? Just 2 arms around, hands on the hips, chin on the shoulder. It's what he's into, and if it keeps morale high, whatever, dude. As long as you stab the enemy good, I don't really care. This guy right here blows up and injures everybody around him, so we kind of want to play him wide. I'll play him right there so that he gets the HP buffs and whatnot, and then we'll let this thing ride real quick. Big hit back right there. Very nice. This guy, he's got us outsped, but he doesn't have us out DPS'd. I think what I would rather do here, let's just knife him so we can finish off the fight faster. I don't think we're going to need the knife to equalize our efforts in destroying the enemy. I think we'll be okay. He played Blessing, but Blessing is one of those things for like a swarm army when you've already got the field fully populated and the front lines are fighting and pushing back and forth. If you've got like 4 guys on the field right here, you can give him a +2 to damage, which is pretty awesome because he's fast, and so he usually attacks first and gets the 1-tap. But for now, let's just broaden the lines right here and force this guy to just be conflicted about what he can accomplish. They're going to move up, and it looks like we've established dominance on the battlefield. When attacking the enemy, if there's 3 or more enemies on the battlefield, every enemy is attacked. That could be bad, but we're about to finish the fight before he even gets to take his turn, I think. Ow. Yeah, that's a spicy ability right there. No more or less spicy than what I'm running on the Thorn Knight, but it's still spicy. 252 more gold, and we're good to go. We've got the Raven Bailiff. I am going to ignore that one because I don't want to get a negative perk. But we've got a positive perk here as a reward for the fight. When deployed, you get +1 attack and +2 hearts for each enemy on the battlefield whose speed is higher than yours. Okay. He's got really bad speed, but I would say let's make the Raven serve it. I like to spread it around a little bit so every unit is bringing some kind of ability to the board. These are consumables over here. You get these as you go through the game, so they're things like health potions that you can play on your little guys so they don't falter, magic scrolls that'll like shoot arrows at the enemies, stuff like that if that's what you're into. Looks like all we've got in front of us is a alehouse or a boot camp. I can remove a negative rumor from right here though, so I'll probably do that. He's got a negative rumor. I never took this option on my last run, so I don't know the difference between fixing a rumor and eliminating a rumor. Maybe it just converts it into a random positive? Let's try. It looks like it actually makes it permanent so that you can't get rid of it, so I'm guessing there's got to be some kind of unit in the game that removes your abilities. Alright, fair enough. I experimented with something I didn't know what it was, and it worked out. There's a dragon somewhere beyond the wall. It was a good thing you stole the orb. Is that going to affect battle at all? I'm nervous. He's got 3 damage and 1 HP. I don't really. Everybody's got bad speed right now. but he'll have enough to one-tap over here. And with our shield ability, he'll win this fight. So we'll put him on the field first. Okay, we took the center field. The obvious play here is to play Shout because it nerfs the enemy's speed and it relegates this fight to a dice roll that we have a 50-50 of winning instead of a guaranteed loss. So I think I'll probably go with that option. Nerf his speed down a little bit. And let's see how the dice roll goes. We won! Good. That gives us solid command of the battlefield. Indomitable. When being attacked, you get +1 attack and +1 HP if you survive it. He probably won't survive it. I'm going to reinforce right here just in case he goes down because we're in dice roll country. And dice roll country, yeah, see, that's why I'm always careful in dice roll country because you never know exactly what's going to happen. He's got 4 HP, he's got 2. Let's use our knife right now to maintain our unit density advantage so that we can keep playing guys. I'm going to play him right there because he wanders and levels himself up and he's blocked off for right now, so he can't really step forward. Okay, that's fine. He's going to wiggle over to there and he's going to gain stats. That frees up for right there, which I'm okay with. This is random right here, so we don't know how it's going to go. We won. Good. I kind of needed him to win that dice roll. We won that bottom dice roll too, but this guy's getting pretty chunky as far as his HP goes, which is a very real concern. Let's get this tree knocked down because I think we're going to have to break through on one side because he's about to die. This only has 1 HP left. And that means we should be okay on this side because I think attacks against the flag go first. There we go. All right, we pulled it out. Or it might be done by speed. We got 8 resources for building up the camp in between fights, 240 silver, and a rumor has blown through. I'm going to ignore it. We got the cross orb. When acquired, removes a negative rumor. A random mercenary's attack is strengthened by 1. Yeah, I'll take that. We will remove his rumor. Oh, good. It gave 2 attack to the Thorn Knight. I was kind of hoping he would get it. We can take a treasure chest over here, or we can take a street battle. I'm going to go with the treasure chest. I just love treasure, dude. Jingly, clinky, golden stuff. There was a mercenary inside the chest who's bundling up human beings heavily armed and fully trained for transit. I don't know, logistical systems of medieval times were always complex and confusing. This guy has upgraded attack power. He's an artificer. So he, when surviving 1 round, increases the attack of all ally mercenaries deployed in that round by your attack. That's pretty crazy if it works the way I think it works. We've got consecutive over here. When attacking the enemy, the target is attacked again with half power. Okay. And then this guy just has a health upgrade. I think the jeweler is the obvious choice. The jeweler feels like he's going to work out. Let's take a card event. The white-haired old man who appeared in front of the expedition team revealed his identity and appeared. He is the elder of the village, asking the expedition team what they can do to help. I think what it means is what we need to what we need in order to advance. I'll take silver. He gives silver to the expedition team. Very nice. I'm gonna go buy some relics. We've got a bronze horseshoe. At the start of a battle, 1 additional mercenary with the highest speed is drawn from the standby mercenaries. Is the standby my hand? Like he gets played simultaneously, so we start off with 2 guys? Or is it drawing from my deck just to give me an extra guy? I'm not sure. If an ally's flag takes damage, all ally mercenaries deployed in the next round get +2 HP. That's pretty good as an oh shit button for when things fall apart and you're fighting from behind the 8-ball, I guess. So I'd take that. That sounds all right. Let's go to the shaman's house and we'll upgrade one of our units here. The first upgrade's free, so we might as well. If I put the Thorn Knight in there, he's got a 50-50. So he's already got an upgrade, which is why he's got a 50-50 to die. Let's put somebody else in there like the Raven Bailiff. He got +1 to attack. That's good for a fast unit because mostly you're using him to assassinate an enemy unit. The real question is, with a 70% chance, do I risk it for the biscuit again? Because 4-3 would be even better. Do it. It worked. All right. I love it when luck pans out. Okay, so now we have a +2. Let's go for an event card over here. The expedition team encountered a man who introduces himself as a resistance fighter, and he suggests that we join the resistance movement. Okay, let's do it. The man expressed his gratitude and gave the expedition team a dagger. So one unit gets +1 to attack. I think it's obvious who we should go with here on this. Thorn Knight. 3-5 with reflective thorns damage is absurdly nasty. Since I accidentally pinned that last flaw, I don't really need to go in there. So I'm going to go over to this event right here. The resistance force made up of peasants is well armed and ready for battle against the dragon cult. We'll help them. The combined forces of the expedition and the resistance have easily driven out the dragon cult priests. Farmers express their deep gratitude for bringing peace. Cool. So we got a spell book. Can be used before deployment. The mercenaries in your hand change randomly, including the standby mercenary. Nice. I'll take that. And then the Raven Bailiff got an upgrade quick, so he's now 4-4, which makes him an absurdly fast, absurdly hard-hitting character. Like, this dude is a nightmare on the battlefield compared to everybody else. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to play him right there in order to block that off. He's only got 1 attack power, but the reflective damage should kill him. There's fog right here. That's going to lower your speed, so he hits first. Doesn't really matter. It'll still work out okay for us. And then we'll let that run. Who moves? We move. There's the reflective damage. He got his HP back, and so now we're in a really dominantly strong position. This unit is dope, dude. This is honestly the sickest unit that I've ever had. Let's get the jeweler up in here, because I want to see how the jeweler's ability works. Okay, he did Artifice, and he upgraded his own attack power with Artifice. Unfortunately, smoke bombs are affecting the battlefield, so he is about to get dunked on unless I knife this guy. That guy's attack is a little bit higher than I would prefer, so let's maintain the momentum here and just keep it going. Either way, we win on this round, so it doesn't matter what the enemy does. There we go. And we've got them checkmated. I like the combat system in this game. I like a lot of the abilities that I've seen, too. Like, there's lots of interesting triggers and stuff like that that you can think about when it comes to doing interesting stuff. We did get a relic. Each time a mercenary is removed from the expedition, a random mercenary is strengthened once and has a 30% chance to acquire negative rumors. So they're talking about hanging my characters, like when you hang them to transfer their abilities to another character. Every time we do that, a random mercenary will get a +1 to one of their stats, and there's a 1 in 3 chance that they'll get a negative rumor. I'm not going to use that, so I'm not going to take it. We've got a bookstore. I'm just going to take the treasure chest. We got a silver cross. At the start of the 3rd round of combat, deal 2 damage to a random enemy mercenary and 1 damage to an ally. Okay, I'll take it. That sounds all right to me. The expedition found a boy building a building by himself. We can help him. At the direction of the expedition leader, the mercenaries help the boy build the building. The boy smiles happily and thanks the expedition team. Remember, this game has not been translated yet, so this is basically just like, I don't know if it's an AI translation or if they just threw it together real fast. The game is planned to be professionally translated and localized into English, and so this stuff here will get a lot more theme. It'll have better syntax. It'll have better sentence structure, stuff like that. Like the game's not out yet. It's still in closed beta testing. We got a positive rumor. Light. Lose 1 HP and gain 2 speed. I mean, he can't lose his last HP, so that just makes him faster and more useful for aggravated assaults against the enemy. We can buy another relic right here. A blackbird's feather. A mercenary with a negative reputation is deployed and gains dodge for a round. So that means he dodges an enemy attack. Yeah, I'll take that. We only have like one guy with a negative perk, but I like what they're leaning towards there, where there's relics that benefit having an army that's absolutely chock-a-block with flawed mercenaries that have tons of negative rumors about them. During their journey, the expedition encountered a soldier who showed off his armor to people. This armor is impervious to any attack. I mean, we gotta test it, right? A mercenary steps forward and hits the armor with all of his might. After the thick dust settles, only the destroyed armor remains. The boaster looks embarrassed and disappears into the crowd. Okay. So we've got a curse. When a unit dies, he deals damage to all enemies located on the same vertical lane as your attack. Oof. Okay, so we want that to be somebody with really high attack, like the Raven Bailiff. That'll work. And then we can also strengthen a mercenary by 1 attack. Let's get somebody here. Probably needs that. This guy isn't doing a whole lot. Neither is this guy. Yeah, let's give it to him. Because he's going to get another 1 attack and 3 HP if we play someone behind him so that the shield wall is strengthened. And that'll give him like a 3-7, which makes him pretty strong. But there's a lot to fiddle around with here. I like this. As far as like a closed beta test goes, it's an interesting game that kind of reminds me, what was that other strategy game that had sort of a tug-of-war mechanic like this? It was Ash of Gods: The Way. That game also had a combat system that was similar to this one, but you played cards that could move your guys around and do different stuff, and it was kind of similar. Far away from the village, I came across a villager who was being punished with a non-believer sign hanging around his neck. We can help him. The released resident disappears without even saying thank you. Okay, I mean, that's the risk you take when you're a hero, is that we don't do the right thing for the rewards. We do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. He's got 2 HP. Technically, I could take him out right now, but our Raven Herald is technically better than him, so we'll just save our knife for later. Raven Herald outsped him easily, handily, without any struggle, so that's good. He's going to win that fight right there, so this is a perfect opportunity for us to start. Do I have the guy that jiggles back and forth? I don't, but this person gets a bonus because that guy's speed is higher than theirs. So we'll play him on the wide lane and see what the enemy decides to do. As you may have guessed, we're kind of ahead of the curve right now. Our characters have been very buffed up and very modified. Like, we've had a very good run. I'm going to knife him so that he goes down in 1 hit. Actually, I didn't even need to do that. I could have played him right there. Oh, no, that's the wrong unit. Never mind. This guy's not down yet. We'll play him right there, and then we'll play the jiggly guy that moves back and forth to find a gap behind him so that he gets the buff. But then our unit isn't constrained to that lane. There we go. He's now buffed up. He will probably jiggle over to here, and when he jiggle... Commence the jiggling, y'all. Oh, nope, he jiggled the opposite direction. He zigged when he should have zagged. Okay, that's the way life goes, but we've got this fight in the bag, so we might as well just run it. There we go. And the battle is won. This game does have boss fights. I'll take you into the boss fight here. I'm not going to take a rumor for right now. I don't think I need to. A rage trait. When deployed, get +1/+1 for the number of wounded ally mercenaries. Let's give that to him, because he's already got incredible speed. And if we deploy him late in a fight with previously wounded guys, he could get +2/+2, +3/+3. It just kind of depends how it plays out, which will turn him into a fast, fighty juggernaut. And so it's kind of a situational buff, but it is a good buff. But so far, I like this game. I like the art style. I like what they're going for. I don't know if there's any AI assets used in this game. Some of the artwork looked a little bit AI-y, but I ran it through an AI art detector, and it said that there was no chance of it being AI art. So just an observation. I didn't have time to ask the developers before we went up right here, but I did take 4 or 5 screenshots of the artwork inside the card art and inside like the event art and stuff like that and plugged it into an AI art detector when it looked like it might be, and every single time it came up not AI art. So really what we want to do here is we want him to get a little bit stronger, and this is the boss. He's got instigation. While on the battlefield, he gets attack equal to the number of allies he has. And then from there, when he attacks, if the number of allies on the battlefield is 3 or more, he also hits the flag. So that's kind of also not crazy great for what we're going for right now. This guy wiggles, so let's have him wiggle. I'm going to stab this guy so that he goes down in 1 attack, because I need to get dominance on the battlefield. Okay, he's attacking a tree. He wandered, so he's a 6-3-2 now. He nerfed his speed, which is not good. It's not great. Let's put him right there because he's going to step forward and fight this guy. He's going to deal 4 damage. This guy's going to hit him and kill him, but everything in this row is going to take 4 more damage, so that's basically lowering his HP by half in exchange for a unit. Okay, Curse got him. He's attacking the tree. He's now down. I do wish that I still had my knife. He wandered even further. Now, they're having trouble pinning him down, but this guy's in a perfect situation because this battlefield doesn't have too many blockades or anything on it. I'll put him right there because he'll deal 2 damage on that side. I don't really have a lot of amazing plays right now, but he will deal damage over there. So there goes the hit right there. There goes the hit right there. Destroying this guy's flag doesn't matter, in case you were wondering. It doesn't matter. If I break the flag, nothing happens. We have to kill the boss that's on fire over here like Pippin and NBA Jam. Okay, now we play her because she gets buffs for everybody on the field that's faster than she is. There's the kill. There's more damage out, and we're in really strong shape right now. This dude's actually, this is the strongest I've ever seen him get over the course of a run. I'm going to put down my spiky guy right here. Hopefully the reflective damage kills off the boss. Or he won't attack. I'm a little bit vexed by that. Okay. I do have a shout over here that allows me to nerf everybody's speed, so I will do that. We got the first roll and the boss is dead. So there you go. We're victorious in our first level. I dig it. I think this is really interesting. It needs to have the translation and all the flavor text and everything redone, but this is a nice, unique army building strategy game that I think is enjoyable. I like it, and I don't typically enjoy positional games like this. So anyways, you can check it out down below. Sign up for the playtest if you want, and I'm looking forward to more of it in the future. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, it was Masterpiece. Tomorrow it'll be something else. Bye, folks. Take care.